But again, like Trump says, it's for the safety of the country. And it is. So, what do you do at this point? Now, the fence, it's going to work. But if we're only going to say when they jump over the fence or whatever it is they do, and they get over here and we go, shame on you, here, come with me so we can feed you and clothe you. Okay, now let me drive you back over the border. All right? Or, shame on you, oh, I want to plead asylum, blah, 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 blah. All right, and now we got to feed you, clothe you, and keep you. So it's a joke. Now, I respect human life. But I feel that our country and our families come first. They feel the same way. That's why they're trying to come over here, for a better. Well, they ruined their own country. They're overpopulating their own country. They're bringing disease to their own country. So all they want to do now is come over here and spread all that crap that they ruined their own country with, between the overpopulation, the diseases, the drugs, and everything else that they have over there, and bring it over to our country. We'll be a third world country. Before you know it, we're going to be living in cardboard boxes with flies all over us and walking through our own feces. It can't happen. So as much as I respect life, I'm saying, you know what? They come over, they try to come over. Once they hit our soil, shoot them. You do that a few times, they'll stop. And they'll start thinking about what we have to do to correct their country and not look for an easy way out and become leeches to our country and making it rough for us. Like I say, I don't mean to be a badass. I'm not trying to, destroy the world, but, if they don't learn, shoot them. That's it. It doesn't cost us anymore. And they're not going to go back to their country, so they're not going to cost their country any money either. That's all there is to it. And again, I don't want to be a badass. I'm not trying to sound like, I don't respect life, and I do, but you know what? Our country and our families and our well-being come before theirs. Let them do what they have to do. Alright? Let them decide. If they're having problems over there, well, figure out a way of correcting the problem. Or, without us spending a lot of money, instead of sending over guns that we know are going to be used against us and smuggled back into the country like the Democrats did, and then they say, oh, we got to get rid of guns. Well, stop supplying them with fucking guns. And they won't be sneaking them over here. Right? I'm getting off track on a lot of it, but the bottom line is we can always just minimize it, go over there, show and tell, spend a few $1,000s to get them started, all right, and have at it. We gave you the means, we gave you what you needed, we educated you on it. Now you have to work for it. But that's all there is to it. If they need medication, send it over. Never mind bringing them over here and bringing up whatever diseases they have to here. Cure it over there. That's where it is. Bring it over here, and now we got what? We got more to cure. Now, believe it or not, the government, part of the government, makes money on the drugs and the guns and all that stuff that comes into our country. Now, you can say I'm crazy, but it's the truth. Let's take it on a small scale. You live in your town. Your town catches somebody selling drugs. they take the money. Great. They got the money. Now the guy that caught, the person they caught, is in jail. And now he's going to go to court. Right? Well, okay, if we didn't have him, we wouldn't have the courts. Yeah? So now that's jobs, because we have to have the courts. We have to have the judge. We have to have the chronographer. We have to have the sheriff there. We have to have security there. We have to have a building. The building has to be built. So that's all labor. Okay? So it's jobs. So by these drugs coming in is helping with these jobs. Now, we're going to have those jobs anyway, because we got people in our own country stealing and robbing and killing and things. But again, the money is coming in from the drugs, which would normally end up someplace else. Now, there's a town nearby, and I knew the commissioner, the police commissioner. However, he was a jerk, but I know him. And in his district, now not so much his district, he was the police commissioner for New Haven. And I'm going back, 70s. And what was happening in his neighborhood, let's put it that way, he didn't live in the worst neighborhood, but he didn't live in the best neighborhood. You go a few blocks out of the way, put on your body armor. All right. But meanwhile, what was happening is, in this particular neighborhood, they called it the Hill section. And there was a lot of drugs being sold, and a lot of crime in the Hill section. And what was going on is that the police would know who you are. They know you have something on you. They bust you for it. They take your money and the drugs. They call for the paddy wagon. The paddy wagon comes. They throw you in the paddy wagon, but you never make it to the jailhouse. Before you get to the jailhouse, the paddy wagon pulls over and lets you out. Now, what's going on? The police took your money and your drugs. Well, the money's never going to go to the station. You know where that stays. The police that were involved in taking you in, or taking you down at that point, and the paddy wagon driver. The drugs, where do they go? They go back to the main supplier. Oh, here, we got one of your guys the other day. Here. So what happens? The supplier gives it to another dealer for the street. The dealer in the streets goes out in the street. He's out there peddling it. He makes money. The police grab him again, or the other one grabs him, throws him in the paddy wagon. On the way to jail, they release you, so you never go to jail. You don't get your money, your drugs back. They split the money up again. Drugs go back to the supplier. So it's a circle. And who's making money? The police department and the buyer, or the main supplier. Because the main supplier does have enough of it sold to where he's making money. See, it's all agreed. You know, there's an agreement going on here. You know, and that's what happens. And the supplier doesn't mind because he's not losing anything. It's like paying an insurance policy. The asshole that's selling the drugs that keeps losing everything and his money, he's not going to complain because he doesn't want to go to jail. So what's he going to do? Go to headquarters and talk to the chief and say, listen, you guys picked me up. They took my money, they took my drugs, and then they let me go and they didn't give me anything back. All right? Well, he's not going to do that, you know? So that's what was happening. That went on for 3, 4, 5 years. All right? And then the next thing you know, a few prostitutes started coming up dead in the park and things like that. So, you know, investigations started getting into that neighborhood. So things started to change. But the point I'm making here on a smaller scale, that's how the same thing works on the larger scale. So, believe it or not. Alright, so now we have input and we have output. So this is a simple. This is simple. Yes. Let me take, I wish I had a black wire now, but I don't. So let's take this one. Now I want to make sure I'm using the power side, positive side, and we're going to stick the red one in there. Because I want to see just how much this actually does as far as control and how sensitive it is. Come on, what are you doing? Don't be that way. Okay, be that way. But meanwhile, getting back to the wall and the drugs and all that, like I say, fix the problem. Never mind opening up, you know, and bringing them in here to say, okay, we don't have enough room in this country for that. You know, I mean, we have a lot of room that we're not using, but it's being used. Nature, animal life, you know, everything in general. All right, I don't want our country to become a concrete jungle. All right, with animals becoming extinct. You know, I want my grandkids and great-grandkids, like my great-great-grandfathers and things, fought for. You know, I want them to grow up and know and understand what an animal is, or an elephant is, or what good is, and what's been going on in the real world. You know, and not say, whoa, is that the way it used to be? Whoa. What's an elephant? Like with us, dinosaurs, you know, all right, yeah. Would I want to see a dinosaur? Maybe not. But I would probably enjoy it if I was in a safe environment. But that's something we would never see. And I don't think that we, or them, as a country back then, or as people back then, destroyed the dinosaurs. I think it was just the earth and the nature taking its course, but you know what I mean. We're losing too much as it is. And we just can't give it up. You're going to come over here, get sworn in and do it the right way. And live the right way, as we see it to be the right way. Right. I mean, even now, a lot of them, the religions, and I've said this before, I got nothing against religion. Whatever makes you feel comfortable is the religion you should follow. But when somebody starts to start leaving work every day so they can go and so they can go pray and bow and do other whatever it is they're doing. And even if they're not doing it on my time, and they punch out to do it, the thing is, oh, it's even got a little meter on it. Right? See that? 13 volts. It still costs me money because I hired you to be there and do a job. Right? Now, if you go do it on your lunch break, fine. You're taking off your lunch break anyway. But you take your lunch break, you come back, and you say, oh, listen, boss, you know, it's time for me to go do my thing. You know, and it's right in the middle of the day, right in the middle of me doing this massive job that somebody's waiting for. And now we all have to leave. And go to the synagogue or whatever it is we're going so that we can sit there and do what we have to do. Nah, I don't think so. Alright, so this is supposedly variable. Now, does it have to have a load on it in order for it to work? Meaning, do I have to have something on it? Do I have to have a load? A load. Well, I'll get ready just in case. I will put a load on it. You know what? I'm going to put the meter on it because that'll also verify how accurate this meter is. So that if I do have to use it without a meter being with it, I will have a pretty good indication to the voltage. Turn this off so I can see that meter better. You see that? 13 volts. So now, now I can't see the damn screw. So I need the light on. Okay. Now apparently, this is the adjustment for power. 13.1. Okay, let's take it down. Because if I need 13, I'm not going to want to need more. This isn't an increase. This is supposed to decrease. The meter is showing 12.5. This is showing 12.2 or 11, 10.8. We're still on 11 here. Let's see. 8.6, 8.53. Okay, it's not too far off. It's not off enough to where it's going to blow anything up. Okay, so that's good. All right. So that's done. Put that up there. Let that one drop down there. Take this off here. I don't need to do any extra wiring to this because this is what it is. So I can take these wires out of here and not worry about it because in is in and out is out. The meter is pretty darn accurate. However, if I were to use it, I would check each one before I take a chance with it just to make sure that it's within reason. Let me throw these little wires in the little wire box under there. Let me put this back in here. Roll this up over here. Make a cup of coffee because it's about that time for another cup. What's the temperature doing, by the way? Let's take these over here to the drawer, which I probably haven't got enough drawer space, as you can see. What's in this drawer? Well, that's a switch, but that's the switch. It's not voltage. Oh, I got more voltage. More voltage. More. Let me put it in here with the switch. Okay. All right. What is it? Anyway, it's 53 degrees in here, 32 outside, so it's warming up. I'm more concerned about the inside than I am the out, but it is warming up. I want to order another one of these. This is an adapter from an NMO to a 3H24. And I used that when I did the magnet, so I got to order another one of those. And I got to do some more paperwork with the department. And I got a meeting with the chief. So I might as well sit my ass here at the computer, read some emails, and get some crap done. And I'll be back.